Hello, everyone. This is Josh from the Wrestling With The Willeys podcast. I'm here to talk about Anchor. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. And let me explain that it's free. There's creation tools that help you record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you. They go through Apple Podcasting and pretty much anywhere that sets up podcasting for you. Also, you can make your money from with your podcast too. And it doesn't take that much at all for you to be able to do it too. So it's everything you need to make a podcast all in one place. If you guys are interested, just go to the app in both the iOS and the Android store, or you could go to their website at anchor.fm. Thank you and have a good day. Welcome, everybody, to the next Wrestling with the Willeys podcast, where we're doing I'm talking about a lot this episode, so it might run a little bit longer than usual. It's just me and Jeremy this time, though, so it might go a little bit quicker, but we got a lot to talk about. We're talking about, I figured it would probably be easier if we just talked about TakeOver and SummerSlam in the same podcast. That way it made it run a little bit smoother. But I have to mention, first and foremost, that my favorite wrestler ever, before, I don't know, probably Kevin Nash when I was younger. CM Punk finally returned. I was super stoked. I was super happy. I was one of the emotional people that I was just like, yay, finally, because it's been 7 years. So I'm thankful knowing that he's coming back, and supposedly he's supposed to be back for a year and a half at least so far. So I mean, you never know, that he might turn into do more stuff later on. It looks like he actually likes working there, though.
Dad actually watched that Rampage with me.
Oh yeah, when he showed up, yeah.
We watched it at 2:00 in the morning on I think it's Saturday, right before SummerSlam. So
yeah, what's it called? I watched it just about live, I think, maybe a little bit late, and I definitely didn't expect it to be the first thing.
Oh, I didn't either.
That it opened the show, but I mean, I could see why. I mean, with all the matches that were on there, you would think that if they went on last, it would probably suck out the energy for the rest of the matches.
And then All Out's going to be very interesting.
Oh yeah, the only thing I have to mention, probably All Out, the only match that I'm not looking forward to is the Big Show one, mostly because I definitely don't think that it's going to last long.
Well, that
it's going against QT Marshall,
all but teased that Daniel Bryan's showing up.
Oh yeah, where he was talking about being patient and stuff like that. Supposedly
that's somebody else's shtick, yeah. And they were doing the yes chant.
And they were showing on his shoes, supposedly, that there was a BW on a pair of his shoes for, I think, the Dynamite episode. And then there was an AC written on his shoes for the Rampage, I think it was, where they're just kind of teasing Bray Wyatt and him showing up. I mean, CM Punk likes to drag shit out, fuck with people, because it's he even said whenever they were talking about the contracts or whatever where it was leaked, he was like, I have no idea what you guys are talking about. So he knows how to twist the gears of people, trying to get people.
And he kind of alluded to maybe his wife showing up too.
Yeah. And then what was it? There was something where they were talking about maybe Miro could do something with, I think, if Lana showed up, that it could be AJ and CM Punk, or it could be, who else was it? I saw something where it was a different maybe it was Britt Baker and Adam Cole, because that would be fucking dope if they did a feud where they both showed up. But I mean, anyway, I just wanted to throw that out there, that CM Punk's back, and I'm so thankful knowing that he's back.
The cruise is turning out to be possibly epic.
Oh, yeah. Knowing that there's like Britt Baker and Orange Cassidy. I'm totally wearing my Orange Cassidy shirt. Like, I'm going to hopefully get a picture with him. I'm going to try to wear jeans. And I'm probably not going to go full out Orange Cassidy, but I'm at least wearing the shirt. And trying to get a picture with Orange Cassidy wearing the shirt with the thumbs up. I got to.
Yeah.
But what's it called? Anyway, might as well start talking about SummerSlam. SummerSlam was okay to me. There was some definite weird things that happened, and it would have been nice if they actually did some of the stuff that I was hoping for, but then they didn't. Like Big E was doing something with Corbin. This was the kickoff show, which we didn't watch like usual, but they were teasing the Money in the Bank briefcase being taken by Corbin like for like a couple weeks, and then they showed and they're still doing that feud, I guess, because now it's Happy Corbin on SmackDown.
Yeah, that's the lamest fucking gimmick. I don't get it. Oh, because you won at Las Vegas. Stupid. I mean,
yeah, but like they even showed
stupid
in a promo that he lost again at Vegas. So I mean, so it's like they don't know what the hell they're doing. And right now, I've been hearing stuff about NXT and stuff like that, and I'm not looking forward to what they're doing with the rebrand and everything. Like,
well,
the
it's
logo
gonna
looks
rebrand to where
stupid,
they're not gonna sign these independent wrestlers.
and talk about nobody watching fucking NXT again if they go back to what fucking didn't work beforehand. The problem is that fucking Vince has gotten complacent with a lot of his shit, and everybody's getting tired of fucking watching it. And now, like, all the hardcore fans are enjoying AEW. Not saying everybody's enjoying AEW, because I'm sure that there's a lot of people that don't, but a lot of them are enjoying it as a detraction from WWE, because WWE has been fucking weird with a lot of things lately, especially the releases, which we'll get into that a little bit later. But anyway, it started off with RK Bro versus AJ and Omos. We missed, I think, maybe like the first 5 minutes or something. It probably
was
wasn't
just
that
the
long,
entrance.
but
I mean, we didn't miss that much, because
yeah.
I saw them come in.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Right
I didn't see a whole lot of it. I think it was like near the end match.
Well, it was only a 7-minute match, so
yeah,
that would make sense.
And that's so weird and shit. Like, even the Eva Marie match was even shorter, and God, that was god awful. But anyway,
that just goes back to our last podcast. It said it's pointless to have Eva Marie fucking even on TV.
Yeah. And that's why I'm like, but like, I like what they're doing with RK Bro, and I definitely think that Omos and AJ should have lost anyway. Mostly because I don't know what else they would do with them right now. Like, they've had the championship for like, I don't know, 6 months maybe.
Well, I couldn't believe they got the championship in their first match together when Omos is so flipping green.
Especially, I would much rather have Viking Raiders or even RK Bro,
because he can't even talk on the mic. So it's like, what the hell?
Yeah, it's like there's no point. And it really shows like how they were talking about that they're trying to go for the bigger guys again. And it's like, dude, why does it seem like the early 90s fucking WWE again?
I know, but then get rid of Braun Strowman.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like they're doing all this corny ass fucking bullshit from the early 90s that wasn't working then.
They expect it to be working now. Brock leaving, and this is what it kills me, because I think one of the reasons Brock gets pops is because he's so dominant, right?
Yeah.
Well, they could have done that and paid a lot less money to Strowman, who would have worked more.
Yeah.
I mean, all they had to do was and I've said it over and over again. They failed at his booking, because they could have continued what they were doing with him lifting over semi-trucks and just made him a total badass, like where he couldn't lose. Now, you talk about somebody who was booked to not lose, it was him. Roman kind of right now is stale. And
yeah, to me, it's definitely stale. But I mean,
and right now, especially watching SmackDown on Friday. Anyways, once we talk about this, go through this. I'll mention that part when we get to his match, because
definitely some of these matches, it seemed like they were just super short, and then it just seemed like the pay-per-view was so fucking long at some points. Like, this match was cool for opening it.
I look at it
how
because all of the matches, there's only
that's what I'm saying.
three that were longer than 10 minutes.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Most of them were like short, especially. I knew that the Eva Marie match wasn't going to be that long. I thought that they were going to do something with Dewdrop or Piper Niven.
Well, they did basically at
but
the
like
end.
they kind of broke them up, which it seems like they were trying to do a match on Raw or SmackDown or something against each other. So I don't know if they're fully broken up, but like Eva Marie, you could tell that she was still green in the ring. It's like, good God, they're probably paying you however much money, and then you can't even fucking try to wrestle. It's like, good God. I just talked about it in the last podcast.
Yeah, I mean, they bring her back again, and we're beating a dead horse. But I mean, it's like they get rid of Peyton Royce and Billy Kay, who are even better wrestlers. No, I'm just talking about those two, just in general. I mean, I'm not talking about all the other ones that they got rid of, but but they bring back Eva Marie, who can't do shit, and she can't even talk real well.
Yeah,
on the mic,
and
it's not like she has a
fake
skill
trips,
set.
and oh man, it's like that's the definitely main thing. I don't see anything contributing to like why she would be on the roster. Like literally, I would much rather have like Raquel or Dakota Kai or Io Shirai.
And Raquel's
literally
Io Shirai makes sense. Raquel's even better than Eva Marie,
well,
and that's
what I'm saying. I mean, I haven't talked about like how much I like Raquel because I mean, like she's okay to me, but I mean, if I'm saying I would much rather have her in that spot than Eva Marie, then that's saying something.
Mm-hmm.
But at least hopefully this leads to like Alexa finally not doing anything with the Eva Marie and they can zone her out again.
Well, and they kind of they're moving on.
She's going after Charlotte next.
Yeah,
it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I mean, if anything, the way the WWE is gonna go, Alexa Bliss is gonna fucking lose a couple of times, maybe even 3 times against her, and then it's not gonna go anywhere.
Like, see, Alexa Bliss the way they're booking Alexa Bliss, she should beat Charlotte.
Yeah, but like how WWE is, especially now, they never have her lose.
And she should become dominant.
Yeah.
Even at her size, just because of the sheer paranormal factor thing.
Like fucking the paranormal shit, where it's like being able to control stuff and everything. But that's like WWE's problem. They do all this stuff where it just seems super interesting, and then they never follow through, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They set stuff up super cool, but then they just bury them because they don't know how to to fix anything. Like they just keep ruining things. It's like they happen with Bray Wyatt, they happen with Braun Strowman. Like literally anybody that they were trying to set up to be like the only one that they really haven't fucked up, at least yet, is Brock. But it's mostly because probably Brock has like, hey, I get to not be.
He probably has creative control for one.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like I'm sure that he probably gets paid a shit ton of money. Literally, I think we were talking about this before too, where I was hoping that the reason why all the releases happened wasn't to fucking pay for him to be back. And it looks like it's possibility. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, but anyway, Damian Priest versus Sheamus. I like Damian Priest. I've always liked it. And like I liked him when he was, I think it was Punishment Martinez when he was in Ring of Honor.
See, I like
that version was cooler though.
I'm having a hard time with him.
Well, the reason why is because they didn't do, like, at least with this NXT run, it was like they were showing like he was just like he wanted to be infamous. He didn't want to I don't know. Like even though that if you're the Archer of infamy, you would think that you would be a bad guy, right?
Well, the biggest thing to me though too is he went from facing the Miz to winning the U.S. title.
Yeah. I
And
agree.
now he was even going for the world championship, I think, on Raw.
They were doing something. Yeah, like
So
they
it's
were
like,
having
what
him
the
go
hell?
against
How do you go
Lashley or something.
from being in a booking with The Miz and Morrison to challenging for the title? That doesn't make sense. And he's not incredibly great on the mic. He's kind of bland to me.
Yeah, I always thought that he was better, like in the ring, than he was on the mic. Because I mean, I think when he was Punishment Martinez, when he was in Ring of Honor, I think he didn't do a lot of talking because compared to that character, it's like leaps and bounds different from it was kind of like more like a character that Malachi Black's doing in AEW, kind of like a very dark character. Like I can't remember who he was with. There was like some other dude. It might have been Jimmy Jacobs at the time because Jimmy Jacobs, when he was in Ring of Honor, he used to do a lot of like occult type of shit. So like I think it was around the time when he came back for a little bit or something. And then he introduced it. Oh, that's what it was. I think it was Kevin Sullivan that introduced him. So like that's why it was kind of like the twisted version or something. But this was like ages ago. But like I like how Sheamus lost. I mean, they weren't literally doing anything with Sheamus except for constantly putting him in feuds with Umberto Carrillo and who was the other person? That's how unforgettable that feud was. It was like him, and then I don't think it was Apollo Crews because it was before he turned heel. Oh, I think it was Ricochet actually, and he kept beating them constantly. And then it's like, what the fuck? First off, what are you doing with Ricochet? Like he's probably one of the best. Like he does decent mic skills.
Yeah, I
And
don't.
he's
Yeah,
great in the fucking ring.
yeah,
And
I
then
don't.
you have him lose constantly.
That's the one I think out of all the people they're booking, that's the weirdest one to me.
Yeah,
Because
like Vince doesn't get high flyers every time. It's like the only one that he ever did anything right with was Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio. Really, that's the only ones. Like everyone else, like I
but
mean,
I wouldn't consider
probably
either one
Kevin
of them high
Kofi too,
flyers
but
though.
yeah. Well, I mean, definitely like Rey Mysterio would be a high flyer though,
I
because
don't
like
think
they
I
always end up having him flying around and shit. But
which is weird though
or at
because
least when
he
he was in
doesn't do all
WCW.
he's not like in WCW I would say he was more that way. In WWE he never really has. I mean he does the 619 which is not really but like the Evan Bournes and those guys Ricochet those are the high Neville is another one.
Yeah.
Those are the high flyers to me and they don't last.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm
And
saying. I don't think that WWE's ever like gotten high flyers right, except for like a couple of times. Other than that, like all of them just never worked out. Mostly because he never got behind him. You could tell
I
that
mean, yeah,
he's
Eddie Guerrero
always
did
like a
the
big
frog
swole boy.
splash. Eddie
Well,
Guerrero
that's
did
what
the
I'm saying.
frog
It's like
splash, but he was more of a power wrestler to
yeah,
me.
yeah,
Anyway,
true. I mean, he would do
that's just my
brainbusters
opinion,
and all
though. I
sorts of
mean,
other stuff. Yeah,
I just view high flyers as being like a Ray Phoenix or these guys that do this crazy shit off
yeah,
the ropes.
yeah. Especially
Kofi
Ray
King,
Phoenix. He
the
is definitely a
closest one
high
to me
flyer.
is probably Kofi.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
If you talk about one that they've done decent
Done right,
and kept him,
yeah, to a
it's
degree. All
Kofi to
except for
me.
the him like losing to Brock Lesnar in like a few seconds.
Well, yeah, but I mean, he's still around and he's still with them, and
Yeah, yeah,
that type of thing. But even if you look at their Hall of Fame and stuff like that, I can't even think of one that was a high flyer that they really kept around.
yeah,
Anyways,
yeah, and that's like another thing too. And like most of these are like super short, right? Like the Usos versus the Mysterios again. I was like, you already knew what the ending was, so it's like I couldn't get invested with it, right? Like it's just like
well,
I'm so tired of seeing this
most
feud.
of these matches is my problem is yeah, you've seen them on Raw
Yeah,
or on SmackDown, so it's like
yeah, they don't do like out of the infinite amount of people that you have, you should be able to like switch it out, even with the releases that they had. they could perfectly like switch these people out where it's not the same fucking match over and over again.
And the interesting part with that, I keep saying, we keep talking about how short the matches were and shit, but this was the highest grossing, most viewed SummerSlam of all time,
which is fucking
which tells you that Becky Lynch either has a fucking crazy following or Brock does. And they're right about Brock because those were the only rumors and that's what occurred. Why?
Yeah.
I mean, so the only reason people would have tuned in differently is because of those two.
Yeah, because they were really the only returns on the entire show.
So it tells you their pull is huge or something.
Or it's like a combination of both or something. I don't know. That's
I get the highest grossing thing because they probably set an attendance record using Allegiant Field for the wrestling. But the most viewed is the one where I'm like, really? I mean,
yeah. Well, that's the thing is like you would have to find out probably if it would be different if like in Extreme Rules, if Brock showed up, if there would be like a spike, like if there was like, hey, Brock Lesnar is going against Roman Reigns, and then they're like, oh, it's the most viewed Extreme Rules or some shit, and Becky wasn't there. That's probably the only way that you would be able to tell.
Yeah, the only way you would know. Yeah, I mean, Becky was gonna fight somebody at Extreme Rules.
Yeah, because Becky's a fucking full timer, right? Or well, I don't know if like it might be a little bit different knowing that she had the kid now, but if anything, she's probably gonna keep doing the same thing. Like she's gonna keep trying to be full time. But like that's the main thing that was weird about her match too, was that it was just very awkward. The way that they did it was weird. Like, oh, Sasha couldn't do it. They waited until the match actually happened to be like, oh, she can't come to the ring. So then Carmella comes out instead of her. And then on top of it, then Becky comes out like just weird as hell. She just comes out like, and then she's like, she beats up Carmella, and then she's like, "Hey, me, you, yes, me, you, yes," and that's like typical like WWE. Hey, I just come back after 8 months or however long,
16 months, dude.
Well, I mean, like I'm just.
But again,
saying,
it
like,
makes
however
sense
long,
though.
And then just like you, I want you. You know, I mean, it makes sense with Becky Lynch because she had the title before she left, right?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense though. The 26-second part.
Yeah, like her just putting her in the manhandle slam, which is pretty much just a rock bottom. But like her pinning her within 20 seconds was just made her look like shit. Like no matter what it is, and it deserves for people to be pissed off, is because people got behind Bianca Belair, especially that was a great match that she did with Sasha, right? And you would think that it would have been a good match.
Sasha makes everybody look good. She's like AJ Styles to me. She's the AJ Styles
like
of the female
version of it. Yeah. And I mean, like that's what I'm saying. Like Sasha is definitely like my top tier when it comes to the 4 horsewomen. It's like it's probably Sasha, then it's like Becky, Bayley,
Charlotte botches a lot.
Yeah. Well, I mean, okay. Like I might as well talk about this because it's in a couple of matches anyway. But that we've talked, like we were talking about this during the pod, like when we were watching it, that knowing that every time, like pretty much, we're just gonna comment on her matches from now on, and we're not gonna talk about the same shit that we talk about most of the time because obviously WWE has it in their mind that they're gonna push her to the fucking moon no matter what it is. So hooray, like Charlotte won again, like literally not giving a chance to anyone.
Her record on pay-per-views has got to be like 85% wins or some shit.
It probably is. It's probably like 90%.
I don't know. She loses more on Raw than she does on pay-per-views.
Yeah, and most of the time it's always like something fucked up, like a disqualification or a roll up or whatever. It's never like straight up being clean pin. It's always something fucked up to do. Like where Rhea Ripley, it makes her look weak, and then it was like made Nikki look super weak because it was like the only reason why she got the belt was because she had the Money in the Bank briefcase.
Yeah.
And if she didn't have it, she would never win it. And
Yeah.
that's what pisses me off about
Well,
it. I
and
don't
I'm going
give
to
a
go back
shit
to
if
the Becky
Charlotte.
match real
Yeah,
quick. I
yeah.
just want to mention something that since we were talking about Becky and in watching SmackDown yesterday, and this is just an offhand comment. When they were talking, it just made me realize how short Zelina Vega is.
Oh yeah, she is pretty short though.
Because she came out and she literally was like at Becky Lynch's like middle of her stomach. I mean, it was
Jeez. Like
holy
Becky's
shit.
not super tall either.
Yeah, but if you'd have to watch SmackDown. She's very short. I was like, holy crap. I mean,
yeah.
I was noticing it during because she came out to challenge, and so did Liv Morgan, and then they ended up having a fatal 4-way. I think.
Because didn't Liv Morgan go against? They were saying like they
Well, it
were
was
cheering.
Bianca, Liv Morgan,
Oh yeah,
Zelina
that's what it
Vega,
was.
and
They were cheering when Bianca and Liv were in the ring.
yeah, they ended the match, but Bianca won.
Yeah.
But that was Carmella was the fourth one. So those four had a match, but they all came in the ring, and Zelina Vega is tiny. I didn't realize that until she was in the ring with everybody else.
Yeah.
How small she is. But anyways, we can get on to. I guess we can talk about.
Well,
we've talked about Charlotte enough,
the Drew
right?
McIntyre and Jinder
That's
Mahal match.
another Raw match.
No one really cared about. It just was like another match to like fill in for Drew. Why he's not.
And again, another 4 minutes and 40 seconds. It's like, why even
that's
have
what
that?
I'm saying. It was like, why even have the match? Because I mean, it's just really only a blow off match for what happened at Money in the Bank. Was just given an excuse why Drew didn't win. Like, and I hate when they do that. It makes everyone look super weak. It's like, why in the fuck is like Jinder going in there? Especially, it would make sense if you're like, okay, Jinder's gonna like, it makes Jinder look super weak because he can't survive with anybody else. Before he had the Singh brothers, now he has these two other bigger guys, but then if he's by himself, he loses. He jobs out like he jobbed out before. And it makes him look super weak. So why in the fuck should we watch this match between them both? Like literally, there's no point because you already know what the outcome is. You think that Drew's gonna like I thought Jinder was gonna actually beat him just so they could like do like a little feud to make it last a couple more months or something, you know? And then nope, he just beat him clean. And I was just like, okay, so that's like no point at all. But yeah, that's pretty much all my thoughts were on.
Well, and then the next match was my favorite of the night.
The Edge versus Seth Rollins.
Yeah, the entrance was badass.
I definitely agree. I liked how they did the Brood stuff. It was funny how afterwards Gangrel was saying that he was going to be working at AEW Dynamite, and he was saying that I guess they were going to try to get the Brood theme or something.
They canceled
like,
him coming on there.
Because it was too similar. They didn't want to act like they were ripping off WWE, which is a smart decision. I mean, I wish that WCW did kind of the same thing, but I mean, also at the same time, I think that was mostly because some of them pre-taped their stuff too back then, like instead of doing it live all the time. So like if it both came out something similar, you couldn't really help it at the time. But so like that, I just thought that was funny. Especially I liked how it was funny. I was reading somewhere that they were just hoping Edge would have came out without doing the Metalingus thing at all. He would have just fully did the Brood anthem and just like went to the ring like he used to. I was like, yeah, I could see that. I would have probably popped harder if I saw that and he just legit did his Brood entrance. That'd have been dope. Because I
Yeah, and
mean,
then
especially now you see that entrance like whenever he comes out. So it would be nice to switch it up and have that theme that time.
well, it should treat it like the Demon or like Bray Wyatt. He could come
Yeah,
out
like
as
a different
the
version of
Brood Edge, right? When
yeah,
he's pissed or something. I mean, it's a very easy thing to do, but
yeah.
of course they have to do both. But that was his choice, though, because by what I read, that's the entrance he wanted.
Which that's cool anyway. I like what Edge
And
is
then
doing right now.
Seth Rollins with his theme and how he comes out to it cracks me up.
Dude,
And I'm
like I
and I'm
love
not a
that
big
theme
and
anyway.
I'm not a big fan of Seth Rollins, but again, he doesn't really wrestle a bad match. He has a few botches, but yeah,
Well,
his new
that's what
theme.
I'm saying. I mean, he does his thing in the ring, and I could see why that they're kind of high on him because I mean, all of the Shield, it seemed like they were just high on all three members. It seems like, I mean, it seems like at the time that they were kind of higher on Roman, knowing that they put him with the Shield in the first place instead of Cassius Ohno or Chris Hero as he is now. Which I haven't seen him do any like indie stuff since he got released. So I'm wondering what's going on with that if he's just taking time off. But like it seems like they're high on all of them, so like it makes it. And I think the drip thing that they keep doing where he comes out with different suits or different looks every time, it fits his character, and it's a lot better than the fucking religious thing that he was
Yeah,
doing
the Monday
before.
Night Messiah
Yeah,
bullshit.
that shit like got so fucking old. I didn't like the music. I didn't like what he was doing. I definitely didn't like the fucking eyeball thing with Rey Mysterio. But like, I like what they're
But it
doing
is
now.
funny. You see how they change his stuff all the time. It's like, how long it takes them to do, like, how long it took them to do Roman's new one.
Oh yeah, I'm
But
wondering
then,
if
like, Seth
Roman was
Rollins can
just
go.
waiting for the right theme or something.
It's just weird, though, to me, because it seems like Seth Rollins, when he changes his character, his theme
Oh yeah,
changes.
his theme changes. Yeah,
So
and
it's
that's why
like,
I like the whole match. I definitely agree with you, thinking that this was the best match, though. I mean,
oh, easily. And it was a good amount of time, too. Like, it was 21 minutes of full wrestling. Like,
and
we
oh,
talked
sorry.
about it before. We'll get to it again after we talk about the short Lashley Goldberg thing. But the other match that was long was the Roman match. But I didn't feel that match was. It started out very slow. Anyways,
Yeah,
we'll talk about it
yeah,
when we.
yeah. Like, what's it called? I definitely. It just shows like how much I actually missed Edge too. Like, and it's just insane to me. I keep seeing all these memes where it's just talking about Daniel Bryan, CM Punk, Edge, and Christian, and all this stuff. How they were saying that they were retired, and then they're like, "It's a wild time to be a wrestling fan right now," because, like, literally, you didn't think Daniel Bryan was ever going to come back. You didn't think that Edge was ever going to come back because their neck issues and stuff like that. And yet, the same with Christian too, because I heard that it was like his shoulder or some shit that he was having issues with like for a while, and that's why he stopped wrestling too. But it's just crazy. Like, and it shows like how much I missed Edge too. I mean, like, I don't think he needs to be in the title picture at all. Like, I definitely don't think that. Like, he should just be doing good feuds to put over
Well, it's
younger
top tier
talent.
guys though. He can't like face like the
Well,
lower tier guys.
that's what I'm saying. Is like I would understand if it's like some people that you're building up, right? Like kind of
Mm-hmm.
like what CM Punk is doing, where he's like, I want Darby, and then like his promo was like, I want to prove that I'm still the best, knowing that he hasn't wrestled in 7 years. I'm like, dude, if he just does that, like that's his whole gimmick. Like why he's in AEW, is to prove that he's still the best in the world. I'm totally for it, right? And that's why I think that like Edge should be trying to help younger talent too, to a degree. I don't think he should be doing everybody in the roster and stuff, but like him doing going against Keith Lee, that would be fucking bad as hell. So, I mean, like, if they built the story well enough for it, but like, it just shows like that I missed him, and like, definitely he had like one of the best partners that he could have had. Where, because definitely the Seth Rollins match was a lot better than the Roman match, like
Oh
both
yeah.
of them. Like, but that's what we'll talk about in a little bit too. Is like the main plight, that the problem that I have with Roman. But other than that, we'll talk about Bobby Lashley versus Goldberg, mostly because this was short as fuck, and it looked like Goldberg was even hurt before he even got into the match, and it seemed like either Lashley winged like he just kind of did a shoot and tried to like act like and like go after his leg the whole time, just like after seeing that it looked like he hurt his leg the whole time, or if they actually choreographed that whole thing, because I don't think that's the actual case. I think if anything, he noticed that he hurt his leg, and then he was like, you know what, that'll be an easy out for it, so I'm just gonna destroy his leg.
Yeah, because the dude, I mentioned it before it even started. Like as he was walking out, I'm like, there must be something wrong with his leg because he's
Yeah.
walking really funny on it. And
Yeah, it was like he
then
was
for
being
Bobby
very, very
Lashley,
gingerly on
yeah,
it.
then for Bobby Lashley to target it made it even different. And then it's funny, I was watching, or they were talking about how Goldberg really didn't sell the MVP hit very well. Like he delayed and how he reacted to MVP hitting him in the back of the leg.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, if your leg's hurt, you're not gonna want to react to it quickly
Yeah, you're not going to want to do
because
that because you
because
don't want to damage it more.
yeah, yeah, and that's why I think there was a delay because he was making sure he didn't fuck it up worse. Because there's a
Yeah.
time later he landed on it funny after that part, and he collapsed, and I don't think that was a. But they're not talking about him being hurt. I'm not seeing any articles anywhere, so maybe he just did a real good job of acting like his leg hurt.
Well, that's what I'm saying is like maybe they were just gimmicking that way for one of the rematches later down the line. I'm assuming probably at like WrestleMania or something, or Survivor Series, because supposedly Goldberg has 2 matches left, so it might be one at Survivor Series and one at WrestleMania, and then he's done. Right?
But this is what I'm talking about. You have these matches, and this is how they go. Though it's like they pay these guys how much money to wrestle for 7 minutes,
Yeah. Yeah.
and not even really wrestle at that. Like he didn't even perform a move on Lashley.
Yeah.
Which
It's
again,
like,
like I said, this match, I mean, I want him short, but at the same time, I wanted Lashley to destroy him, not for it to. He hurt my knee.
yeah. Yeah.
It's like
Like I
fucking
wanted him to
squash him. Like
destroy him, or if he wasn't going to destroy him, for Goldberg to beat the shit out of him, he still survives, and then Big E cashes in,
yeah,
which I
that
was
too.
talking about. I would have much rather preferred that shit. But I mean, also at the same time, doing this shit where he destroyed his knee and then beat up on his kid and shit, like it puts over Lashley as like a fucking asshole. So I mean, it
Well, that
puts
part
over his
does
character better.
the fact that he went after the kid. I mean,
Yeah, like and it feels for like an extra rematch and stuff later on. But like, that's
and
one
then
thing that I
Goldberg
like
talked about
that
it
they did.
afterwards that he had to choke his son to
Yeah,
stop him smiling.
and I like how it was like he didn't know that it was your kid. He just jumped on his back, and I was just like, that's kind of cool now that they did that. I mean, like they're kind of like alluding to something where he's just like, I wasn't meaning to do it. It just happened, right? And I like that, but the like I don't know. There's a lot of. Well, I'd probably say the Eva Marie match is probably my least favorite, but definitely this is like the one of the main ones that I just didn't enjoy, but I knew that I wasn't going to enjoy it, mostly because Roman versus John Cena, right? So this is my problem with Roman. We've talked about this ad nauseum already about how most of his matches are the exact same. Like he does like 2 or 3 Superman punches, 3 spears. He ends up going through like 20 damn finishers, and then he comes back and beats him. The only thing in ring wise that I actually like from Roman right now is his fucking talking shit while he's beating the shit out of the dude. If he's beating the crap out of John Cena, I like how he's like, you know what? See, this is what I'm telling you. I'm going to beat the shit out of you, son. I'm going to
Yeah.
destroy you while he's beating him up. I'm totally for that. It fits his character and everything. Story-wise in the match, it fucking sucks. It's boring. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
granted, it goes towards Cena too, because Cena is like the fucking same way, right?
Well, and one comment I want to make is you could tell John Cena hasn't wrestled or worked out as much as he did because he was smaller, a lot
Yeah.
smaller
I
at
mean, yeah,
SummerSlam
we
than
were
he has
just
been.
like I was talking about his pecs alone are just a lot smaller. You could tell like he doesn't work out every single day now, or at least he doesn't take certain uh drugs while he does it. I'm not saying that that's how he is. I don't think that actually Cena is like that. I think that he just hasn't been working out as much. Especially when you do movies, you don't have to work out all the time.
Well, not
You
like The
probably
Rock, who does these freaking
Well, The
superhero
Rock, it
movies
just
where he's
seems
got,
like he's just constantly working out. Like
yeah, I
it's
mean,
like I don't know how he'd be able to keep up with that shit. Like God, it's like he probably works out like twice or 3 times a day or some shit. And I'm like,
then
that's too
overall, in
much for
my
me.
opinion, the worst part about this was Brock came back at the end.
Oh yeah. Which I wanted to talk about that too. And I'm just sitting there and like the main thing that I was thinking of was like, oh, so it makes sense why they got rid of Bray Wyatt and Braun Strowman, all that to afford his paycheck, because he's probably asking for like 10 or 15 million for him to show up for like 4 days. You
And he
know,
didn't even show up to SmackDown right afterwards.
that's what I'm saying. He didn't even,
It's like,
he walks out and does a little bit of shit, and then it looks like he's going to come out as a face, but why the fuck am I cheering this motherfucker? I mean, don't get me wrong. I love his look right now with the like fucking goatee thing. Like
everybody
his
does.
little
That's one thing when I talk to other people about it, they mention his haircut.
yeah, like I mean they were showing like he was doing that shit when he was at the butcher shop or whatever. He kind of had that same look. And I'm like, dude, he looks way cooler there. But like also at the same time, I just don't care to see him wrestle anymore. It's the same matches. It's like I'm tired of seeing the same fucking matches with these people. Like Roman does the same damn match. Like literally, I can't believe that John Cena mustn't give a shit about his damn finisher anymore. Where he literally uh
He did
AA'd
it.
him. He
He
did
did it
it through his
normally.
fucking
He did it
table.
table. He did it off
He
the
did it
ropes.
off the top rope, and Roman, no soul, or like practically got out of every single one, speared him once, and it was over. I was like, what? And that's the main thing that made me pissed off, is because I gotta give Cena credit. He was like one of the shining stars in an area where they had fucking. I mean, they had certain people, but like fucking when Eddie Guerrero died and all the stuff that happened around there with Benoit and shit, like they didn't have many people. They had like Batista, Undertaker. There was only certain people, and he was pretty much carrying the brand at the time. But like this shit didn't do him any favors. He should have just stayed at home. Like literally, did I need to see Roman go against Cena? It's like the Undertaker match with him. Did I need to see him be put over by the Taker by Taker? No, I did not. I understand that you're trying to make him be like some beast guy, but he's like half the size of Brock Lesnar, okay? He's like way smaller than Brock Lesnar, and like they talk about how much this dude could go, but I never see a match where of like the only ones were like the Kevin Owens matches that I liked, and you could tell that it was mostly Kevin Owens doing the fucking shit. The reason why I liked him so much, that or the Cesaro match, it's like you could tell that like how much they are just so much good of wrestlers that they could fucking make you look fucking brilliant. Because everybody else, Cena, like fucking literally anybody else, is just like just an okay match with Roman. And they talk about him being able to go. I'm more intrigued with seeing Adam Cole and a bunch of this indie talent because they don't want to fucking promote them at all. Like, they don't want to even try to get them to be like in the same spot as Brock Lesnar.
Or
But
they bring them up and then fucking shit on them.
yeah,
I
that's what I'm
mean,
saying. They
we
fucking
talked about
bury these
Karrion
people.
Kross. It's like Karrion. We'll talk about that in the NXT one, but as we're getting ready to move over to that one. But
Yeah,
I want to talk about that as part of that piece.
yeah.
But Karrion Kross is kind of an example of that, where they brought him up and he loses his first match. But anyways,
Yeah, definitely. I'm just, and we might as well just get into the takeover stuff anyway, because I mean, that's the main thing for me is like I just hated how they did that to him. Like, because I mean, I can't say that I've always been the greatest fan of Cena, but like, you made him look like a fucking punk, dude. Like, that's the main thing that fucking pisses me off. Is made him look like a punk, and I hate when they do that. When they, I'm like, I get like you want to fucking build a certain match to the same way, or the structure of the match or whatever, but like, this shit is old and tired, man. If I see another one of these Roman matches where it looks like the exact same, like I would have at least seen Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley. Like, because at least then that's something different, and people have been wanting that shit for a while, or at least certain people have been, like myself. I've like I think even Lashley himself said that he wanted to work with fucking Lesnar. So I don't know why they keep on giving them to Roman, but whatever. Like, so anyway, on to Takeover. Like, Ridge Holland was with Pete Dunne and he went against Trey Baxter. I don't know exactly who Trey Baxter is. He must be like a new guy.
I don't
But
know if it mattered. It was only a minute and 45 seconds.
yeah, if anything, probably Ridge Holland came out, and I can't remember what his finisher was. He probably just went and just wrecked him and left, right? Because they were kind of, before he got injured, like they were kind of pushing him to be like a huge dude anyway. And I like if they, I mean, like we were hearing something about Pete Dunne and Adam Cole getting released too, but like they're still going. So I don't know if they're just waiting to hear for like more contract extensions or what. But it seems like if they're going to have Adam Cole be gone, it's probably after tonight is when it would happen. But Cameron Grimes versus LA Knight, for if DiBiase would have been the butler.
Oh, so these are kind of two things that, when they do this shit, unless you're aware somebody's leaving or something, it's kind of pointless to have these gimmick matches. And a good example, and I'll talk about it, was the Roman match. If he would have lost, he would have left WWE. It kind of told you when he made that statement that he wasn't going to lose.
Yeah.
And this kind of went this way too. Like, they weren't going to make Ted DiBiase a butler. So
yeah, hell no.
You knew Grimes was going to win this match. So it was kind of like, well, now, was the match better than I expected? Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely like this one better than their
And all of these
ladder
matches,
match.
In contrast, right, go over 12 minutes. I know there were only 6 matches, but they all went over 12 minutes.
Yeah.
So that's
and
NXT does that differently. It's kind of odd to me but it just tells you who's running things.
Yeah, like, and they're doing better anyway. They're focusing more. They're doing what most of the companies are now, where it's less story driven and more like wrestling driven. And that's what a lot of people want to see. I'm not saying like most of the casuals and stuff, they probably want to see something interesting like fucking Stone Cold or something again. But like the problem is we're probably never gonna get another Stone Cold, right? Probably the closest one to it is CM Punk with his pipe bomb promo and stuff like that, especially if he comes out and does great promos like he usually does. That's the only person that I could see is closest to Stone Cold. But like literally none of these guys are standing out. Like, I mean, it
Well, the
might
scary
be.
part about CM Punk is what'll be interesting with him, right? Is if he still has a good amount of wrestling ability left,
Yeah.
that I think he's got the ability to do whatever he wants in AEW, and that could be kind of scary in terms of the popularity he can grow into. He's already popular as it is, but I can imagine if he's allowed to say whatever the hell he wants.
Oh yeah. Like
That
that's what I'm thinking. I'm
WWE
If
didn't
I'd
give him
be
that
WWE right
freedom.
now, I'd be fucking worried. And even though they were talking about how Fox was saying that they were kind of pissed that they didn't try to sign him and
Yeah.
shit. But like I could see why they would say that. But like that he like no matter how much like they would have had to offer him so much damn money, and then he would have had to get like brand deals and the fucking ice cream bar and everything else. Like he would probably end up doing stuff where like he would have certain assurances for him to go there. At least with AEW, they're just wanting him to like be able to do what he wants to do. It seems like he wants to help with younger talent and try to make everything better. And that's how wrestling should be. You should be trying to like build these guys up and turn them into like future stars, right? Like what they've been doing with Orange Cassidy and stuff like that. They've been showing that they're showing them that they could be eventual champions. Like, and NXT is doing great to a certain degree. I think that like they're still caught in the fucking WWE system where they do the same type of matches and shit. But like the Cameron Grimes one, I like this match a lot better than the latter match. But like when it's forced where you could tell like that it's like the closest thing to it where I didn't expect it to actually happen just because it was Cody Rhodes was like the match where I think it was when he went against Jericho where he was like, I'll never wrestle for the championship ever again. And he actually lost. That was like the only one that I remember where they've done a stipulation and it actually came to pass, right? Like where it wasn't like, hey, I quit, blah, 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 or like the Daniel Bryan one where they actually had him like quit, at least SmackDown at the time. So, like certain ones, like you didn't expect it to actually happen. They don't do that much with WWE. So, like with the Butler thing, you already knew that they weren't going to have him do that shit. So you knew that Cameron Grimes was going to win. But I mean, still a good match for what it was. And probably my least favorite match, though, is probably, which is sad to say, like was Raquel Gonzalez versus Dakota Kai, mostly because I knew that this was going to be the same outcome too, and it should have been flip flopped, right? It should have been Dakota Kai was the face and Raquel was the heel. So unless they're trying to still have them both as a heel now, but not saying that it was a bad match. It's just like my least favorite one, and that's like the last like four
I'm
or
just,
five.
it's just interesting where Io Shirai is because I haven't seen her in a while.
I know. I'm wondering if they're trying to do contract stuff or if she needed time off or something. Because I mean, what would happen if like Io Shirai came back and then they would go against her? Then like it would probably be totally different again if they did like a rematch. But yeah, like I don't know. Just knowing that like I knew that Dakota Kai wasn't going to win just made it like I just wasn't in for the match. I mean, it was cool for what it was, but definitely some other matches were a lot better than this one.
I agree.
Yeah. Like by far, my favorite one by far was the Ilya Dragunov and Walter match. And people were talking about the one that was on NXT UK where Walter won that one. They were talking about how much he got the shit kicked out of him in that match, both of them. And then I was like intrigued on watching the match, which eventually, after seeing this one, I have to check out that match. And mostly why I think that this is my match of the night for this one was just because the Kyle O'Reilly one had a wonky finish, really, and then the Samoa Joe and Karrion Kross one like was okay to me. So I mean, definitely this one I was invested. I watched the whole thing, and I loved every minute of it. Mostly because I love two Hoss fights where they kick the shit out of each other, and then I just love the end of the match where he's elbowing his like fucking shoulder and shit, and then he put him in a choke, and you see it's like he's putting all his effort in to choke him out. Like you could see it on Dragunov that he was just like, "You're gonna go to sleep," and then he tapped out. I was like, "Oh, that's mostly what I loved about it was like how you could tell it was like legit like shoot fight kind of thing
Yeah,
vibes
this
at
was
the
probably
end."
my favorite match of the night.
That's what I'm saying. They had such great moments. Like the fucking chops by far are
Well,
like,
yeah, I mean, Dragunov's fucking chest was bloody as
yeah,
shit
it
from
was
getting
beat to
hit.
shit. And like he already had like a cut on his forehead where it looked like they stitched it up before the match. And then like I think you were talking about how it was like brown or something. You're like he hit
Mm-hmm.
him so much that it turned brown. I was like, I think that's the staples or
Yeah, I
whatever they
honestly
put in
didn't pay
there.
attention at the beginning, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, he had the freaking thing covering it for a good chunk of the match. So
Yeah, and that's what I meant was that it was there a while long. The match was long enough that it like the blood dried up.
yeah. And
Anyways, but I didn't notice at the beginning that it was there, so that's why I.
yeah, I figured that's what it was anyway. I just thought it was funny where you're like, why does it look so brown right there? But anyway, by far the best match of the night. And like, so, like I just had so much fun, and I could totally rewatch it again. That's how much I liked it. But like, yeah, so good, and it just like shows how underrated NXT UK is. Like that, like some of these matches do not get shown because like I mean most of the time with me it's like time or just I'm always doing something else, so it's just like not thinking about it. It's kind of like how I knew that 205 live was going to happen, where it was like it gets kind of lost in a shuffle. Same with like main event and stuff like that, and you see like people that should be on the main roster being on main event, and you see like matches that just give like probably like 20 or 30 minutes to two people. It's like they were doing that Ricochet versus Ali matches, whereas like they were saying that those are really good matches on main event, but they're on main event and not on Raw. So, and then it was like the next match was like my mostly because it was their last one, their first one, or well, their first match that they did, where it was like a last man standing or a street fight or whatever. Like, I knew that I was gonna enjoy this one, but also at the same time, the ending seemed like it was very much forced. Like, I had a feeling, especially if Adam Cole was gonna get released, because they were talking about his contract was coming up and all this stuff, like hearing before the match was even happening, because I didn't think that they were actually going to have the match, because I saw something where they released 10 or 12 more people and Pete Dunne and Adam Cole was on it. So I honestly didn't think that he was going to have another match beforehand. And then I saw it. I was like, oh, well, that's kind of cool. Hopefully, if he does leave, like at least this will be his last match going against like one of his, I don't know, probably a good friend, because they've been wrestling with each other for like ages. And so I just thought that the ending was very much forced.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was just so quick. It came out of nowhere, because I'm like, I mean, the first fall was the same way too, like where Kyle pinned him. Like it felt like they were rushing that first part of the match just to get to the street fight. And then, like, the bulk of the time was in the street fight where they were just beating each other up most of the time. And then it got to the steel cage match, which, if anybody knows, do not do a street fight before a steel cage match. I don't say that to anybody. Like, if you're gonna do something, do like a last man standing match or a Falls County anywhere match or some shit as the last one. Don't ever go from like a street fight to a steel cage match, because the steel cage match is just like a regular match inside a cage, and then you do all this brutal shit first, like where you're doing like table spots and all this shit, and then you go to a regular match afterwards for the last fall. Like, it would be easier if you just did a continuation of the street fight or some shit, or at least that's my personal opinion on it.
I would agree.
Yeah, so like it seems like I'm doing most of the talking tonight, mostly because I'm just like talking about all the
You're not doing most of the talking. I've been interjecting.
Yeah.
I mean, you're the host, so that's gonna be what happens in
Yeah.
most of the cases.
Yeah, true.
I mean, I'm only gonna dispute shit that I don't agree with.
Yeah.
Which, we've talked enough that we pretty much agree on most of this stuff. So
yeah, like, it's like I want so much better for stuff to anyway. I like seeing stuff flourish, and I want to enjoy every match and stuff like that. And sometimes it just doesn't work out that way. Like Samoa Joe versus Karrion Kross, you would think that, like, it sounds on paper like it would be a lot better than it was. I mean,
yeah, and
I
this was
could
the
definitely
shortest
tell.
match, I think, of the night almost.
Yeah, like,
Besides the Ridge Holland thing.
It's mostly because it seemed like definitely there was some ring rust with Samoa Joe. It seemed like stuff was kind of like, I don't know, like you could tell like he hasn't wrestled in a while.
And this was an example where you knew Samoa Joe was going to win because Karrion Kross had already shown up on Raw.
Was getting
So it's like, well,
yeah, especially like you knew that he was showing up on Raw, so you knew he was going to drop the title.
And then just Karrion Kross's new outfit on fucking Raw, and I don't understand why Scarlett isn't with him all of a sudden.
I know, because they haven't done anything with her. Right? It's like you. But
what do you have to do with her if she's like the manager? I mean, Zelina Vega was like that forever.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like, okay, I kind of understand if you're trying to like split them up and then have her a wrestler or something, because she did wrestle when she was in TNA, so she knows how to do that shit. But like, and talk about like fucking taking the wind out of somebody's sails, right? Like, he probably talked to Triple H, right? He probably talked to Triple H and was like, what's your opinion? Blah, blah, blah. Like, they're spitballing on what they would want to do. And he's like, probably sitting there thinking, hey, I want to do something with my wife, throughout it. I think they're husband and wife, right? Or at least they're dating.
I know they're dating.
Yeah. I just don't remember if they're like,
I think they're married though.
I was thinking that, but I just couldn't remember for sure. But like, he probably wants to end up doing this shit with her.
They're just in a relationship.
Oh, okay. So but you would think that they would just they probably spitballed and said, "Hey, I would want to end up doing something with her," and then they came up with an idea when they signed them both about like what they wanted to do, right? And then everything was working. I mean, you were talking about like how you didn't care for like it was mostly Scarlett at the beginning coming out and kind of like stealing the thunder out of like both of it or whatever. I forgot what exactly you said in a couple of months ago. I think it was mostly 90%
I mentioned the fact that her entrance is basically, or his entrance is basically her.
Yeah. And that's pretty much exactly what it is. And then they just took all of that away. They were talking about rumors that they were going to split them up. And then literally he showed up on, I think it was, he showed up on Main Event one week. And I don't think he had and did he have the NXT title?
I don't remember if he brought it with him, but it was like all the fanfare, all the shit, and like they didn't even have the lighting for when he came out. They took all of that away from him, took a Scarlet away from him, and you could tell, especially in this match, that it was like he was dejected. Like it was like he didn't know how to do the entrance without Scarlet, right? Like because you could tell it's like he's thinking about because it's probably
her
like,
voice is in the damn theme song.
well, that's what I'm saying. It's like
I mean, it's like
most
it
of
just
it
doesn't.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense why they split them up in the first place. If you're gonna do that, do like a Lana thing, like where they split them up and then had them do their own thing or whatever. But literally, they did none of that shit. You haven't seen Scarlet in a while. Then they legit, after we watched this match on Raw, they turn him into a fucking lame ass gladiator.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is this shit? Like having the stupid ass red ass helmet on. I was like, are you trying to bury this motherfucker before he even does anything? Because that's what it looks like. Oh, we have huge plans with him. Yeah, to make him look like a gladiator from thousands of years ago. And then you try to figure out why people leave your fucking establishment or like get pissed off when they leave. Like, or when you get fired. It's like it makes sense to me where like Carl Anderson and stuff, like when the Good Brothers left, right? And like and you see all the releases happening and they're like, thank you for this and thank you for that. Like, thank you, WWE, for all this shit. And he sits there and he's like, don't thank them for making you not have a job anymore. What the fuck are you doing? And then it's like, because literally you're thinking about this from that standpoint, right? They literally fire you because of money reasons or whatever the fuck is the reason. And literally you have to find another job. And then it's like me working at McDonald's. And then after working there for fucking 20 years, they just up and fire me. And then I'm like, thank you for having me hired for 20 plus years or whatever. It's like, no, I would be like, fuck you guys for firing me when I've been here for fucking 20 years because some of the guys have been there for ages. They were there for like 10 or 12 plus years. It's like freaking Matt Cardona was there for like, I don't know, like 15 or some shit. It was like a huge amount. It's like, don't say thank you to WWE because they don't deserve it. Like, they're literally firing you, and then you got to figure out what you're going to do with your career next. And then you're thanking them for like the opportunity. It's like, fuck that shit. They just sound like any other corporation right now. Like when they're taking it, I'm like when they're a little bit too high up on their own hype, or at least that's what it feels like to me. Like they're just whiffing all the fucking glue and shit. But yeah, pretty much. That took a weird turn, but
Not really. I mean, it'll just be interesting what's going to happen with all these things.
well, that's what I'm
Because,
saying. It seems like Karrion Kross is getting buried before it even starts. But yeah, Samoa Joe's 3-time champion, though. That's cool. I mean, honestly, if I was Samoa Joe, I wouldn't come back. But I mean, I said the same thing about Zelina Vega. I don't think they deserved Zelina Vega either. Because I mean, not saying that Zelina Vega is like super great or anything, but like, I definitely don't think she should have been released for practically nothing for having an OnlyFans or like fucking trying to make money outside of WWE. You know, like being by yourself. Hey, I'm gonna do cameo by myself. No, I got to get a part of that portion of money. But yeah, which one is the next pay-per-view though? Is it gonna be
All
All
Out
Out?
is All Out is Sunday.
Oh yeah, shit! It is coming up soon. Fuck. So
Yeah,
that's
it's
gotta
on
be
the
dope.
5th.
Anyway,
It's this
I'm sure
Sunday.
that we're gonna. I'm sure that we're gonna love that damn pay-per-view though.
Oh yeah, I mean,
It's gonna
yeah,
be least of all for me to see like Darby Allin versus CM Punk though.
yeah.
I'm for sure thinking that that's gonna be probably one of the matches of the night. Because I mean, definitely, it's not going to be Christian versus Kenny Omega again. Even though that I did like their first match though, where Christian won the belt off of him. But yeah, I don't even remember most of the other matches. I know Lucha Bros is going to go against the Young Bucks, and I think Lucha Bros are I'm hoping that Lucha Bros finally beat the Young Bucks for the belts.
Yeah.
So I mean, hopefully Lucha Bros finally win, and then I mean, unless Andrade intercedes and keeps them from winning the title, like
But
unless
he's
they're
got his own match, so I'd be surprised if he shows up in that one.
Oh, who's he going against?
Pac, I think.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. I mean, unless he gets somebody else, because it looks like he's trying to do stuff with Chavo where he's trying to get like more people with him. Like he was doing something with Fuego del Sol at one point where he was.
Yeah, like right now on the pre-show, it's Nyla Rose versus Thunder Rosa versus the Bunny versus Big Swole versus Julia Hart versus Ty Conti versus Diamante versus Penelope Ford versus Red Velvet, and then 12 other people.
Lord.
It's the 21.
What is it, like casino. A battle royal thing?
It's the casino battle royal for a future.
Oh, okay.
And then
so that means
Kenny Omega and Christian, Pac and Andrade, Paul White and QT Marshall, the Young Bucks versus the Lucha Bros, CM Punk and Darby, Chris Jericho and MJF.
Oh yeah.
Britt Baker against Statlander.
Ooh.
John Moxley and Satoshi Kojima.
Ooh. Oh.
And Miro is going against Kingston.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be awesome too. Like I just saw like them teasing that match where he came out to the ring and like win it, and like where he was gonna do a promo, and then he just put the mic down and ran into the ring. I was like, oh, that's gonna be fun. That's definitely gonna be fun. I don't think Kingston's gonna win, but like it's gonna be fun.
So it will be interesting.
So they ain't doing a men's battle royal. It's just only the females.
No, and then like the Jericho MJF match will be interesting because it'll tell you where Jericho is in his life, like in terms of,
like if he decides to quit or something.
Because that's an iffy one because he might quit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he might just do commentary or some shit.
Well, that's what he said. If he loses, he'll retire from in-ring competition in AEW and become a commentator on one of the shows.
Well, maybe he'll just do that. I mean,
the reason I say that is there's rumors Jim Ross is going to like a part-time announcing schedule too. So it makes you wonder if Jericho's calling it. Anyhow.
Yeah, that's possible.
But that's the only, it's not like Roman where, he's not leaving WWE.
Oh, yeah.
This one's kind of
especially
iffy.
When everybody's thinking that he's just trying to, like, get all them beats in. Like, right now, trying to do, doing the match with Huveshood and stuff like that. I mean, it kind of, it makes sense. But I'll be intrigued with it. I'm sure that it's going to be pretty fun anyway.
Yeah.
So, for that, know that it's been going for a while. I don't know how long now, but
right now an hour and 13 minutes.
Not so bad. I mean,
not bad considering we talked about 2 shows and 2 pay-per-views.
Yeah, exactly. And talked about CM Punk, which it would be dope if he shows up at the cruise, but I mean, I don't think it's gonna happen. But if it would be, you'll end up hearing me trying to be like, hey, do you want to announce the podcast, please? Just say the name of the podcast and stuff and be like, hey, yeah, that'd be dope. Just saying. But for all of us at the Heart of Geek, I guess we will talk to you in the next video, which will be
probably next week.
Yeah, probably Monday or Tuesday or something. So see you guys.
Peace out. See ya.
If you guys enjoyed this podcast, you can check out all of our social media accounts, which is The Heart of Geek, and our Twitch channel is Heart of Geek. If you guys wanted to leave any comments or questions relate towards our Facebook page, Instagram, or anything else that you could possibly leave a comment and recommend us anything else to do in the meantime. And for all of that, thank you for enjoying Wrestling with the Willies.